Hello? Oh! Oh my God! I don't feel safe right now. I feel very uneasy. I'm on edge. I'll update you when I can.
Camping is supposed to be peaceful, fresh air, quiet forests, and a break from everything else. But sometimes, the woods have other plans. Strange sounds, shadows moving where nothing should be, and moments campers still can't explain. Tonight we're stepping into some chilling forest encounters that turned ordinary nights outdoors into unforgettable experiences.
Okay, that was definitely something. It almost sounded like someone was running.
This case comes from Jasko, a creator known for pushing deep into isolated places and documenting what happens when curiosity meets locations most people would rather avoid. On March 7th, 2026, he headed into a forest locals often refer to as the Devil's Forest, planning to spend the night alone inside his van. Stories tied to this area mention voices in the trees, footsteps circling campsites, and strange belongings left behind where no one should have been.
Tonight, I'm gonna be camping inside of my van, inside of one of the world's most haunted forests. The stories about this forest are absolutely terrifying. People have reported hearing footsteps circling around their campsites late at night. People have reported hearing voices, familiar voices, like loved ones, coming from deep within the trees. They would go and check it out, but there's no one there. No one living, at least. That also ties into some of the disappearances that happen inside of this forest. People go deep inside of this forest, and sometimes they don't come out. And all that's left behind is some of their personal belongings. And I want to say something. Tonight, I went down some trails that people were talking about online, some hot spots, if you will, and I've come across some personal belongings myself. I found some identification, a passport. It's absolutely insane. You guys are about to see that right now. If you guys enjoy the van camping videos and you want to see more like this, make sure to smash that like button.
Very early into the night, before he even has a chance to settle in, the forest begins giving him reasons to feel uneasy. What starts as a simple walk down one of the trails quickly turns into something else when he notices an item lying out in the open that clearly should not be there. As he keeps looking around, the trail begins to feel less like a normal path and more like a place people have been using for reasons he cannot fully understand.
Guys, I just got to this forest not too long ago. I'm already hearing all sorts of weird noises around me. And whistle? No way. That was straight from down there. Okay, we're gonna go check that out in a second. I was gonna say, I also just came across something really strange right here. I don't even know if I want to touch it. It's one of those like survival flashlight lamps kind of thing. Finding a survival flashlight in a forest, in a trail that online people are saying all sorts of crazy things happen, is a really bad omen to start the night. I just got here. So, guys, look. I was looking at some of the modes of this. I didn't even want to touch it, but oh, it's cracked. Look, like the lens is cracked. It's cracked there, too.
He comes across odd details arranged in ways that make the area feel personal, almost like the woods are holding on to pieces of someone's life. That feeling only grows stronger when he finds more items nearby, and this is where the situation stops feeling like a creepy hike and starts feeling genuinely serious.
Okay, why the hell are there footprints just going off into the abyss? All right, well, what is going on here? Is this some sort of like offering tree, maybe? All right, let me take a look here. So I notice there's a name for these types of necklaces. They're like a religious necklace. I think it starts with an R. Yeah, I really wonder if this is like some sort of offering. Here, I'm not gonna like, I'm just gonna put it up here for now.
Now he is no longer just reacting to the forest itself. He is trying to make sense of why these things were left there at all, and whether they belong to someone who is still out there or someone who never made it back.
Oh my gosh. This thing is like... Okay, that is a really interesting smell. Guys, I see a picture. There's like a family picture in there or something. There's like a Ziploc bag. Oh, what is that blue liquid in there? Oh my god, I don't know if I want to. $1. Oh, it's a car rental. It's like the agreement. Oh, that's so net. Ew! Oh, what the fuck is that? Oh my god. Oh. I'm such an idiot. So I don't have a glove on this hand. I have a glove on this hand. Sometimes my stupidity is fascinating. What the? Oh, I can't not smell it. Okay. Oh, it says something. And it's crossed out. There's a date. 23. There's like a piece of paper in there. Bro, this has to be some sort of like offering tree.
With each new find, his tone changes. He is still moving forward, still trying to keep himself together, but the confidence he had at the start is clearly fading.
Okay, so that's a jacket. That's a shoe. I don't know what the hell that is. Okay, let me see if there's any sort of like identification or whatever. Sorry, I just gotta see. Following.
Transmission.
Oh, there's something in there. Transmission. Please don't do anything to my van. I do not want to be stuck in here. Oh, what is that?
Prostitute.
Prostitute? Where? I mean, where? First and foremost. I hear voices. Hello? Oh my god. Bro, this is a real passport. Like an actual real passport.
By now, the night already feels heavier than it should, and he has every reason to think he is standing in the middle of something much bigger than a simple overnight trip. Later, after pulling away from that part of the trail, he decides to try a ritual. People connect to that forest.
This feels off. Everything here feels off. And honestly, I'm like scared to go in further because I feel like the further I go, the more weird happens. Don't worry. Like I said, we'll be doing a ritual later. So when I do the ritual, okay, that sounded like a scream really far away. Hello? Is anybody out there? Yeah. All right. Well, no. All right. Well, I have to find a nice like dirt road, open road kind of thing to like do the ritual at. But first, I'm gonna contact like authorities for this stuff, and obviously the passports and whatnot, because there could be some like crime going on. I don't know. But what the was that? Hello? Oh! Oh my god! What the? What was that? Oh. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
I want to come here.
No, bro. No, no, no. I don't feel safe right now. I feel very uneasy. I'm on edge. I'll update you when I can.
Sitting alone in a van, deep in the dark, he follows a countdown method that depends on silence, patience, and whatever might be watching from beyond the trees. As the minutes pass, the van stops feeling safe. The darkness outside seems to press closer, and small sounds begin landing with a lot more weight than they should.
And if you repeatedly send light into the woods, eventually something will notice you doing it. Okay, I heard a knock from behind me, but then I swear to you, in my peripheral, it looked like something just like... But maybe that's just my eyes playing tricks on me. I have no idea. So, the ritual is simple, but locals say you should never do it alone. Okay, I might have not read that part initially, and now I'm like... And never do it more than once in the same night. The rules. Number 1, park your car somewhere deep in the forest road. 2, turn the engine completely off. Okay, so I gotta do that. 3, turn the headlights off so everything is pitch black. 4, set a timer for 10 minutes. And every 60 seconds, flash your headlights one single time towards the forest. Just one flash. Then everything goes dark again. You repeat that 10 times total. The long pauses are important because the idea is that the forest has time to respond between flashes. But there's one rule people always repeat. You're not supposed to leave the car while doing it. Okay, so if I hear anything, see anything, do not leave the car. Okay, got it.
By the time the ritual is over, he is already rattled enough to leave that area behind, but the night still is not finished with him. Hours later, after trying to rest, the fear returns in a much more real way.
Bro, on my life, that was 3 knocks on this window right here. 3 knocks. I don't even know if you guys can see this. Hello? This is high up, no? No, it's not. Maybe 6 feet or so. There's no way, bro. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm gonna leave it closed.
What began as a haunted van camping trip has turned into a situation that leaves him stranded, shaken, and needing real help to get out.
What the f? Oh shit. Okay, guys, I think there's someone outside the van right now. I actually think there's someone outside the van.
Whatever was happening in that forest, one thing is certain. Jasko did not leave it the same way he entered. This chilling story comes from Exploring with Angelo, a creator who spends most of his time traveling to abandoned locations, remote trails, and places that already carry a reputation long before anyone turns on a camera. On January 23, 2026, he and his friend Frank decided to return to an area locals sometimes call the Red-Eyed Demon Forest, a place they had explored before but never actually camped in overnight. Right from the beginning, the conditions make the trip harder than expected. They drag their gear through deep snow, pulling everything behind them on a small sled while slowly making their way into the woods.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another adventure. It is just starting to snow out here. We are entering a deep freeze, and we've decided we're gonna go camping. So yeah, we got everything loaded up here on our trusty little sled. That isn't exactly the sled that I wanted. It's more of a kid's sled, but I guess for now it'll work.
It's all we could find. Everything's taken.
Yeah, like, believe it or not, there was some that I could order online, but it wouldn't come on time for when we needed it, which was literally yesterday. But yeah, whatever, it'll work, I suppose. So, we're heading on into the Red-Eyed Demon Forest. Once again, we did say a while ago that we were going to come back here and actually stay the night. Last time it just didn't make sense to do so, but this time it still doesn't make sense to do so, but we're doing it anyway.
It looks like a normal winter hike at first, but the deeper they go, the more it starts feeling like the forest is already reacting to them being there.
I'm hearing something in here.
Already hearing shit everywhere?
Yeah, literally right behind me.
My ears are double covered right now, well, triple covered. Okay, well, here looks like a good spot, I guess.
Yeah. It's a start.
It's definitely a start.
By the time they reach a clearing to set up camp, the weather has already turned worse. Snow keeps falling, the ground is deeper than it looks, and every step sinks farther than expected. Even while setting up the tent, small interruptions keep breaking their focus, like something around them refuses to stay quiet.
Whoa, you heard that, right?
What the was that?
Okay, so I'm not going crazy.
No, something sounded like something was running.
Yeah.
Something also smells like poo. Did you fart?
Nope. Not this time, Batman. What was that?
Yeah, I don't see anything. It's really hard to see right now. I just heard it again.
You heard it again?
Yeah, like over here somewhere.
Yeah, I didn't hear it this time because, yeah, obviously I'm using it.
Once they finally get inside the tent, the snow outside starts coming down harder. The wind picks up and the forest grows darker around them.
You're hearing something. It constantly sounds like something's moving around, but it's kind of hard to distinguish because of all the snow right now. You hear that?
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know what that is.
Sound?
It's so bright.
Oh, what was that though? That was a really weird noise.
That was weird.
At that point, the plan is simple. Warm up, run a spirit box session, and ride out the storm until morning. But the night doesn't stay quiet. The first strange moments start building slowly, almost like the woods are testing the edges of their camp.
It keeps sounding like something's walking out there.
I know, I hear it too. It's very subtle, but it does sound like there's something. Is that you doing that? Okay, that was definitely something. It almost sounded like something was running.
I'm making noise.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Then a moment comes that makes both of them pause. The kind of pause where nobody wants to be the first to explain what they just noticed.
I mean, on camera it clears it up a little bit, but if you're here in person,
Yeah,
it's not as easy to see.
it's a lot. I swear I just saw eyes back there.
Okay, me too.
You did?
Yeah. Okay, what the is that?
I don't know. There's too much snow, I can't see properly.
Later on, Angelo decides to step away from the tent for a few minutes and check the surrounding area alone. Walking through deep snow at night is already difficult, but something about that part of the forest seems to follow him as he moves further from camp.
Okay, that was a voice. Who's there? Oh, man. Okay, I just heard that same whisper, this time over there. What the? First time I heard it was like almost behind me. Now it's like ahead of me. Weird. Okay, I'm gonna go back to camp because this is just this is just too much. Definitely need some snowshoes for this. Oh man. Oh, what the was that? Dude, that's like that same sound I heard earlier.
When he finally heads back, the situation shifts again. Whatever happened around the tent while he was gone is enough to make both of them rethink staying out there for the rest of the night.
I forgot to even pack a second camera, which sucks. Oh, what the? What was that? What happened? Ugh. Frank? What? What are you talking about?
See how the whole side of the tent's bent in right here?
Huh?
See how the whole side of the tent is bent in right here?
Yeah.
Something just smoked it, like the tent was like half flipped over.
Really? No, that definitely, dude, I was like,
I can hear it now.
what in
I thought I just didn't pay attention when you were screwing around, but you were way too far once I heard it.
No, that definitely was not me. I don't see anything.
Even after they decide to pack up, the woods still don't feel finished with them. The sounds that followed them earlier begin showing up again during the walkout. In the end, they do make it back safely. But nights like this leave a strange feeling behind, because sometimes it's not about what you see in the woods, it's about what keeps moving just out of sight while you're there. Chris Baird, a creator who explores haunted camps, ghost hunts, and places most people would rather stay far away from. On January 16, 2026, he returned to the Indiana State Sanatorium with Ash and Chandler for what was supposed to be one last visit to one of the most active locations they had ever filmed. Right from the start, the place feels wrong in that familiar way these locations always do. They joke around a little, try to keep the mood light, and start unloading gear outside, but the building never really lets them relax.
Behind me is the infamous Indiana State Sanatorium. This place was actually built to separate the living from the dying. Before there was a cure to tuberculosis, they believe over 4,000 people died on these grounds. This is one of the scariest places I've ever been. If you guys ever get a chance to come here, I highly recommend it. This is an awesome location. We've come here and had crazy experiences every time we've came. Tonight's probably not going to be any different. People report being followed and watched by the spirits that still reside here. Door slamming, footsteps, weird sounds and voices. There's a lot of stuff that happens here, and most of it is totally unexplained. Tonight, behind the cameras, we have Chandler. Chandler's haunts. Say hello, Chandler. Ladle. And on the other side, we have the beautiful Ash. Ash is here with us tonight as well. In the last video, you guys saw her. She showed her guest appearance. She did awesome. She did a solo in the nurse station. We're not going to do any solos tonight, guys. We're actually going to stick together, but we're going to do a really, really fun investigation. We have a lot of equipment, thanks to Chandler. This piece right here actually is a thermal camera. We're actually going to test this out in a minute and see how it works. But tonight's going to be a lot of fun because we're going to go from here all the way to the admin building. We're going to check out the tunnels. We're going to check out the power station. We have a lot of stuff planned.
Before they even get properly moving, there is already enough going on around them to remind everyone that this is not going to be some easy walkthrough. Once they head inside, the tone shifts fast. Chris tries to lead the night like usual, talking through the plan, pointing out areas they want to cover, and testing equipment, but the building keeps interrupting in little ways that make it hard to settle. That is what makes this one so good to watch. It never feels like they are fully in control of the pace.
Oh, it's on auto. Hang tight. You gotta hold in.
What was that? I swear I just saw something. What was that?
Motherfucker.
You trying to flash on?
Yeah, I got
You
it.
guys swipe up from the bottom.
Object.
Did it work or no?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Recording still? Yeah.
Is that working?
All right, let's get it.
Let's get it.
Ghost.
Ghosts. Guys, again, if you ever get the chance to come to ISS, daytime, nighttime, doesn't matter when it is, please try it. I thought I saw something move up there, so I'm looking. They do day tours all day, every day, 7 days a week. It's like $25. You guys can come explore from like, I don't know, 10 to 5 or something. It just said, we know you. They definitely know me. I was just telling them, it's probably like my 15th time I've been here in my life, like to investigate and do a video. I'm very blessed. I'm very lucky in that aspect, but this place is so freaking creepy. Why am I so nervous right now?
All right, I'll shut the door quick before you.
No, don't leave me.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know you'd
You're
hear.
not supposed to hear that part.
Middle? Okay. I'm literally looking down the middle of this hall. This is the middle of the building right here. This is exciting. I think we should start down here. We never really do much in the actual kitchen, but you got to think, people spent a lot of time in the kitchen. They were doing activities, they were eating.
True.
You said you're going to leave your case and you're just going to carry some stuff with you, or how do you want to do it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we can do that.
I'll leave it in here in the kitchen.
They begin downstairs trying to ease into the investigation, but even those early moments already feel loaded. It is one of those nights where every room seems to answer back a little quicker than expected, and the group starts feeding off that nervous energy almost immediately.
I was just saying, like, a lot of people probably spent their time here. Again, you're eating every day, 3 meals a day. This place was very, very, very active. For some of the worst residents that lived on the property, they would be brought here and left here. 5th floor was obviously the worst. Let's start off strong. If there's any spirits here right now that you want to talk to us, you want to communicate, if you don't want us here, if you want us to leave, make it sound like this. Just let us know that you're here and you can hear we're talking to you right now. Do this for us.
That was
It
pretty
was like
instant.
instant. All right, who's getting possessed first tonight?
Yo,
Ash,
chill.
Did you volunteer?
I'll go.
Volunteering for possession?
I didn't come all this way for nothing.
Here, I want to see what Chandler's got going with this thermal camera.
All right, so over there, that's my bag and stuff that I just had on my back, so you can see it's like, heated up over there.
Yeah, 100%.
If you can see it on the camera.
Yeah, okay. Is that the fucking door? What was that?
What was that? Why is there so much
Yeah,
going
what was
on?
it?
I don't think they want us here. Maybe they wanted a day off.
Hello?
Then they decide to take things higher, and honestly, that is where the whole night starts leaning into something heavier. The walk up alone feels tense, like they are moving deeper into a part of the building that does not want company. On the 5th floor, they try a more focused session, and this is where the mood really changes.
Oh, I just said up.
Said up.
They just said up.
Oh, no.
Okay, is that what we're doing?
Maybe the 5th floor for Estes.
You want to do the 5th floor?
I want us to go ahead.
Want to do us on the 5th floor right now?
Sounds pretty crazy.
All right, let's do it. All right, guys, let's grab some gear, and I guess we'll catch you on the 5th floor. How exciting. Again, guys, if you enjoy this video, please let us know. I'm not having a good time. I wish I could say I was. So scared right now. But again, this is an awesome location. So shout out to Greg. Thanks for Greg for letting us have this tonight. I was so hesitant. He stopped us today. We came to visit during the day tours, and he's like, "Hey guys, like no one's here tonight. If you guys want to film." He's like, "It's better than having trespassers." I was like, "Cool, thanks, Greg." I love when I get invited to film here. I couldn't say no. So all right, Jacob.
The joking never fully disappears, but now it feels more like a way to stay calm than actual comfort. The deeper they go, the more it starts feeling like something there is aware of exactly where each of them is standing.
Hello?
Hello.
This chair is so cool.
There's like a slide and then an actual step.
Really?
Yeah.
Somebody down there?
That was louder than the step I heard.
Cool. Okay. All right. Let's set the cameras up.
All right, you ready to get
Yeah,
blindfolded and
that's
you can't hear us?
Yeah.
That sounds better than actually be able to hear and see, honestly.
Yeah.
So they're gonna leave me up here, and I think go down to
Maybe the 4th floor, another
go
hallway.
down
Maybe
a
the
floor or
first.
two?
Yeah, first. Yeah,
Just
go to
so I
the
have
car
the floor to
quick.
Maybe the
myself.
car,
Quick
yeah.
smoke break.
Warm up.
On the 5th floor of the 5th story, so where they kept the craziest, not crazy is not the right word, but the most behaviorally the worst people were on this floor. They were not angels. They were not angels at all.
No.
So Ash is underdoing Ashes right now. She cannot see. She's blindfolded.
Get out.
So get out.
All right. That's our cue, I think.
All right. Yes, we're gonna get out. We're just gonna walk around.
Where you want to go?
I see you.
Oh, well, where are you?
Alone.
Can you make a noise which way you want us to go?
Yeah, let us know which way you want us to go.
Hallway.
Hallway. Okay.
I thought right before that I heard a little knock down that way.
Find me.
All right. Well, can you make a noise? You said that way?
I
All right,
thought I
I'll
heard
follow
it down
you.
there. I don't know. I got these. Hold on, I got pig gets off my ears.
Yes. Anything? Sorry, guys. This is
Alone.
what she's seeing right now.
Alone. She's about to be
She's
alone.
about to be alone for sure. Wishing her the best.
A little later, that pressure turns personal, and once that happens, the whole group dynamic changes. Nobody is treating it like just another haunted location anymore. You can hear it in the way they talk after that.
Chris.
Wait, what? Hello?
Guys.
What?
Yo?
What?
Something grabbed my shoulder. Did you not tap me out?
What? What's wrong?
Everything's
What's
off
wrong?
and something grabbed my
What are
shoulder.
you talking about?
I thought you tapped me out of it and everything's off.
We were
and
staying
you
down
guys
the
aren't
hallway.
in here.
Are you okay?
No, something grabbed my shoulder and
Wait,
I don't want
what?
to be up here now.
Just stop.
No, something grabbed me and I thought you tapped me out and then it's just dark.
No, all we heard was just a loud hey
No, you're just
from
saying
you.
shit. I didn't know.
Like, we thought that was from the S's.
I don't want to be up here.
We can leave. It's fine. We can go. It's fine. 100% go. Sorry, I didn't. Generally, we were just on the talking because you were saying
Yeah.
we were joking. So we thought we heard a door slam.
Yeah.
And we were like, should we go check it out? And we're like, oh, well, actually, we
No,
keep it safe.
literally felt like something was just like tapping me out, and so I was like, okay, yeah, get out. And then it was pitch black. You guys weren't up here, and then yeah.
Even when they move back downstairs, the building does not let up. Every time they try to reset, something pulls their attention right back. By the time they make their way toward the admin side, the night feels like it is closing in on them.
Walking.
Yeah. Like down the hallway?
Can you knock if you want us to come down the hall?
This is crazy. Oh, God. All right, one more time. I don't believe it. I'm not buying it. That was just like that was an angry raccoon or something. Hey, knock if that was actually you. Knock back. Hello?
It's like a tap.
Bruh.
You want to do it one more time for safety?
You ever get that feeling that someone's like watching you right behind you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I had a minute ago, so I like whipped
That's
it
how
around.
it felt the whole time sitting in that chair. I was like, it just felt like someone was behind me the whole time, but you have to ignore it because
Yeah.
Well, last time we were in here, like, last time my flashlight died.
Yeah.
Spirit shot grab. Third time was charm, like I said. I don't believe you guys can actually hear us or make noises. Prove to me that you can hear us. Make the sound. Replicate this sound. Hello?
Yeah, if you're scared, just say so.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have to keep knocking. Did you hear that? How many times do we need that?
That sounded like a voice. That sounded like a voice.
Footsteps, knocking, voices. Sounds like a party.
What happens there is enough to turn a tense investigation into a full decision to leave. And honestly, that may be the clearest sign of all.
I love
There's a little teddy bear down here, if that makes you feel any better. What the was that? Whoa, that was what was that? Open the door!
Stop!
The
Stop!
Is somebody here?
Stop!
Wait, did you see someone earlier?
No, that was so loud. What the How did that door just close? No, actually, how did that door close? Is there somebody over
It
here?
was open when we came down here.
Wait.
It said you're curious. Not really. Is someone here?
There's no way there's anybody here.
Hello?
This does not feel right.
That's right at all.
My name is Rose.
What do we do now?
I don't know.
My name is Rose.
What did we get ourselves into?
What was that?
Stop.
Alright, I'm done. I don't know what the fuck that was.
We're so far from the
I know. I'm not
car.
going through the building. I'm done. I'm not going through the building. I'm not doing it.
When people who keep coming back to a place finally decide that is enough, you know the night gave them something they are not going to forget. It's 5:29 a.m. and James, who's lived in his van for 2 years, says the words no camper ever wants to say. I've just had the most terrifying experience of my life. This experience, shared on his channel by The Curb, will have you rethinking your plans of stealth camping. He's shaking, out of breath, and still processing what just happened. The night before, James had parked his van in a quiet area near Sunderland, perfect for his next vlog. It's an isolated road, not much around, and by the time he finishes his research, it's late. He crawls into bed, expecting a normal night's sleep. Then, a sound jolts him awake, a loud, heavy bang right above his head.
You know what it's like when you're fast asleep and something jolts you so much, you don't know what planet you're on. It's like my soul left my body, my heart. So I get so up, I'm like, what's that? Who's that? What's going on? I didn't know where I was. And I pulled blind down. That was my first reaction. And there's a bloody face at the window. The most terrifying thing that has ever happened to me. Face up at my window.
It's so sudden and violent that he says it felt like his soul left his body. Disoriented, he pulls the blind down to look outside and freezes. Right there, inches from his face, is a man's face pressed against the van window, pale, expressionless, just staring. James describes the moment like something out of a nightmare. His heart races as the man starts shouting, banging on the van, circling around it. The words are slurred and angry, something about mental health and voices in his head. He can't make sense of it, but he does what instinct tells him to do: grab the camera. Through the fear, James hits record. You can hear the muffled banging, the voice outside rambling and shouting. The stranger walks away only to come back moments later, this time writing something on the back window before hitting the van again. James bangs back without thinking, probably led by adrenaline. For half an hour, he sits inside, frozen, listening to the stranger pacing and yelling outside. He tries to stay calm, reminding himself that his van has CCTV, even though the feed is fogged up and useless. He peeks through a small gap and sees the man still there, ranting, muttering, hitting the glass every few minutes.
It's coming back.
He considers driving off but realizes he's parked facing a dead end. And folks, that is a lesson to always park where you can drive away and not stuck in a dead end. Eventually, the shouting fades. The stranger moves down the road, maybe to another parked vehicle, maybe just disappearing into the darkness. When the camper finally looks out, he sees something scribbled on the fogged rear window. He doesn't even want to read it yet. The experience has already burned an image in his mind, that face, right up against the glass. By morning, he's still trembling, running on no sleep, but grateful it didn't end worse.
And I'm in the middle of nowhere, like near a farm. Well, you'll see, I don't know if it'll get on this vlog or whatever, you'll see where I am. I'm still not going to be negative about van life or all like that. As I said, it's first time in 2 years this has happened. But I think you should just take a little bit of precautions, like even just little things like thinking about where you parked so you can get away quick. But I wouldn't have been able to get away that quick, so wind is steamed up in it, you know, with condensation.
He laughs nervously, saying, "It's the first time in 2 years anything like this has happened, but it's enough to make your heart stop." He ends the video by giving an advice to those living or camping in a van, to always make sure you park where you can drive away easily if need be. In the end, every one of these stories reminds us how quickly the night can change everything. What begins as curiosity can turn into something far more unsettling. If you enjoyed these encounters, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more unexplained stories like these.